Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you a person by name Nick Vaichi, born in Australia in 1982, but he has a specialty. He has no leg and no hand. And even his mother refused to accept him when he was born. Later, she of course started taking care of him, thinking of it as God's will. Imagine the distress, the frustration he had to undergo in school, in the community, wherever he went. He could not walk, he could not ride, he could not do anything. And the stronger boys always attacked, and he was always surrounded by bullies who mocked him, who ridiculed him. Life was a hell for him. And he even thought about committing suicide. But later, these two small deformed projections where the legs begin were operated and they were made much softer so that with years of effort, he could ride with them, he could grab, or he could swim. This made him, like many other human beings, whatever functions other human beings do, he started doing with these little chicken drumsticks, as he called them. So his janitor once asked him, why not you go around and talk to people about your story? And he started doing that. 2,000 speeches he has so far made. He has established 2 companies, of which one he heads as a CEO. He is rich, he is famous, without legs and without hands. But we have got legs, we have hands. Have we succeeded? Or will we succeed? Let me introduce another gentleman, Mark Joseph English, who was born in New Zealand in 1949. And he started climbing mountains. And in Mount Cook, he was rather enclosed in a snow cave for 13 days, and snow frost bit his leg and he had to amputate both his legs. Without legs, this gentleman started dreaming of climbing Mount Everest, the highest peak in the world. And he did practice, he did prepare, and he accomplished the feat in 2006. And Discovery Channel has filmed the entire expedition. He definitely had failures, difficulties on his way. Forget about what happened in Mount Cook. Even in Everest, when he was climbing down, one of the anchors broke and he fell down, breaking his artificial fiber leg. And he had to wait for days for another piece to be brought from the base camp. He also became an accomplished cyclist. In 2000 Sydney Paralympics, he got a silver. A man without legs becomes famous. Now he is a motivational speaker, rich. We have legs, we have everything. Have we succeeded? Will we succeed? Let me bring another woman, Helen Keller, born in 1880 in Alabama. When she was 19 months old, she was affected with an infectious disease which took away her eyesight and hearing. She became blind, deaf, and mute. Frustration crawled in. Luckily, she got a teacher, Anne Sullivan, who started teaching her. Anne Sullivan wrote the word water on her palm and poured a bucket of water on her head to make her feel what water is, because she had only sense of touch. She learned a word like this with a lot of difficulty, words after words, in weeks after weeks. And with the Braille system's help, she took a degree from college, perhaps the first blind lady to take a degree. She wrote inspiring books like The Story of My Life. She went round the world, inspiring the blind, the deaf, the mute. She met heads of state, making sure they were given their rights. They were given, let's say, a number of things which were due to them. In 1968, when Helen Keller died, the world lost one of her greatest daughters. In 1999, Time magazine brought out an issue in which Helen Keller was put as one of the greatest women of 20th century. She was nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. A deaf, blind, mute woman becomes one of the greatest women ever lived. What about us? Have we succeeded? We have every sight, sense of sight, sense of hearing. Everything, every senses are working in all of us. Have we succeeded? Will we succeed? Take another case of Wilma Rudolph, born in a black, poor family of 22 children. She was the 20th. And when she was small, an infant, diseases like pneumonia, scarlet fever, polio attacked her and made her like fragile. She could not walk or do anything. She had to go 100 kilometers to meet a black doctor who would only attend to her black cases. And the doctor said, Wilma, you will never walk. But her mother inspired her, Wilma, you will be like any other child, walking, playing, hoping. And she believed her mother. By the time she was 6 years old, she had, very long steel braces, which she simply took away and then tried to stand with her polio-affected leg. She fell, tried again, fell again. She made thousands of attempts and she could stand without the aid of crutches or the steel braces. Later on, weeks after weeks, she tried the same and she could take one step forward, she could run. As soon as she could do that, she organized running competitions and she became the first in all of them. Later on, she started practicing running 8 hours a day, 8 hours. And when she was 14, she was inducted into the American junior team. The coach, University of Tennis coach, once observed Wilma running and he mentioned to her the genius that lay in her in running. And at last, in the 1960 Rome Olympics, Wilma Rudolph got 3 gold medals, 100 meters race, 200 meters race, and relay. She became the greatest runner in the world, irrespective of her polio, her poverty, her backwardness. We are much better than Wilma. With regard to our family circumstances, with regard to everything, our legs are not affected by, we are not affected by polio. Have we succeeded? Will we succeed? Our own Sudha Chandra, a film actress and dancer of yesteryears, got involved in an accident and one of her legs had to be amputated. But then she declared, I would dance like before. The doctor said, impossible. But impossible was not a word in Sudha's vocabulary. She immediately ordered an artificial leg and started practicing to stand without crutches. Like Wilma, she fell down. She tried again. And in about a few months' time, she could stand, she could take a step forward. The complicated dance steps came later. And she proved that she could dance like before in a movie which had her own biographical resemblance. She proved to the world that anything impossible is possible. Well, when you are asked a question, can you do that particular task? You can either answer, yes, I can, or I cannot. Both the answers are correct. If you answer, I can, you will try for ways to do it. You will try to learn methods, practice, and do it somehow. If you answer, I cannot, you sit idle. You say, that's not meant for me, that is not within my reach, and then you fail. People of the world are like that. They all think, majority think, they are destined to be poor, they are destined to be mediocre, they are destined to be in gutters or slums. But there are others who think they will rise up from the ashes of poverty, from the ashes of mediocrity, like a phoenix bird. Then sky becomes the limit. Well, the foregone examples which I have just now narrated to you will amply demonstrate that there is nothing impossible in the world. There is no difficulty, there is no constraint that will stand in your way of success. There is no grey cloud hovering over you. There is no destiny that has written down that you will be in gutter or ghettos or in slum. It is all depending on you, your thoughts. If you have an average brain, you will be able to succeed by controlling your thoughts, by controlling what you are dreaming. You should have dreams. Latest, scientific thinking shows that those of you who think about a particular dream for half the time or more than half the time you are awake over a long period of time, that dream materializes. Your subconscious mind has the power to materialize that dream. Just keep your dream for more than half the time you are awake. But then I do accept that there are some people who are born rich, who are born kings. See, for example, it's Prince Charles, who is now the King of UK. Our own Rahul Gandhi. All of them are rich, famous, powerful by birth. And there are so many born in ghettos, in slums, in abject poverty. But then there is nothing that constrains them, nothing that makes them not rise up. Everyone can rise up. The only thing is many of them are not aware that they can. By controlling your thoughts, by finding out something which you enjoy doing and continuously doing that alone. But if you dabble in so many things, you may not succeed. Have a dream, find out what you enjoy, and go after it with all your mind, all your soul. Paulo Coelho has said, when a person desires a thing with all his mind, all his soul, all his body, the entire universe conspires to get it for him. That is the truth. But then remember, when you are going after your dream, your ways are always imbued with bumps, with marshes, with difficulties, with a lot of failures. You have to meet them. Every great successful person has done that. Edison, who invented so many things, did 1,000 tests before he invented electric bulb. 1,000 tests failed. But the next one was a success, and we have electric bulb. You see, R.J. Rowling, when she wrote Harry Potter story, 12 publishing houses rejected it. But then you know how successful it became. And Colonel Sanders, the originator of KFC, was rejected by 3 not 4 restaurants. But then it is now the second largest restaurant chain in the world with 2,000 outlets and 150 countries. Even Walt Disney was rejected by 302 financial institutions before one came up for financing his dream project, Disneyland. And any discoverer, for that matter, had to overcome obstacles. Columbus, Amerigo Vespucci, Captain Cook, all of them made their discoveries after grinding their way. Up to Columbus' time, navigators always followed the shores. But Columbus went across the Atlantic Ocean, uncertain, dangerous ocean. He had to face mutiny from his staff. He had to face sickness, hunger. But then he did discover something new. Captain Cook was the same. Amerigo Vespucci was the same. All of them overcame their obstacles. Their future, their path was not all that certain. Every milestone could not be seen. They simply, dashed into the unknown, believing they will succeed. That is the truth. We go ahead believing in our dreams. Dreams are what makes us successful. I do remember what Picasso once said, action is the foundation of all success. We need to act. Cannot sit idle. Suppose you are dabbling in everything, and suppose you are, let's say, idling away your free time. It is very difficult for you to succeed. You need to employ your free time, use your free time for your future. Maybe you need to acquire a new diploma, new skill, and the work you do it in the best way possible. Go the extra mile. Do it more than what your boss expects you, so that when a promotion comes, you have in their minds. Success always comes after action, and failures or obstacles will be there on everyone's path. It's not strewn with a bed of roses. Difficulties are on the way, but we have a sunshine. We have the examples of great people who have shown that after great obstacles and failures, success of sunshine will come. So let us start from now. Keep your dream. Start your first step and keep moving. Gain momentum so that you will not return back. Anthony Robbins once said, success is 80% physiology and 20% information. You need to have a good physiology. Stand erect, drawn shoulders, chin up, in a confident posture, so that it induces confidence in you. Confidence is what brings success. Suppose you are diffident, you walk with a stooped head, you are dropping your shoulders, with, let's say, fearful thoughts or defeating thoughts, your success is very, very uncertain. And you need to collect information, whatever information required for what you aim in your life. The primary thing is, have a dream, go after it. Let failures come. As Winston Churchill has said, success is going after failure, without losing your enthusiasm. So let me wish all of you success. Thank you.